Pozdrav ljudi, nova epizoda sat vremena gameplaya. Danas Fallout New Vegas, igra koja je izašla posle Fallout trojke. Trojka je bila prethodnik, igra koja se pojavila godinu dana posle trojke i izgleda poprilično slično trojici. Mehanika maltene je ista, jedino što je bila nova priča, po meni možda više deluje kao neki DLC, ali s obzirom koliko toga ima u njoj i kolika je igra, da, definitivno ne može da bude DLC. Odlična igra, po mnogima jedna od najboljih Fallout igri ikada, po meni na nekom trećem mestu. Nije velika razlika kada igrate trojku i New Vegas, obje igre su poprilično dobre, s tim da New Vegas možda ima za malo jaču možda priču, trojka možda malo bolji ambijent i naravno četvorka ima odličan gameplay, šteta što nima bolju priču. No svejedno, ovdje smo da bi odigrali prvih sat vremena New Vegasa, koje ćemo sad igramo. Pa da ja ne bi puno pričao, da mi pokrenemo igru.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
To je taj, ti čudesni počeci Fallouta uvek.
You're awake. How about that?
Malte ne svaka druga igra
Oh, easy there.
koju radi
Easy.
Bethesda je You Are
You've been out
Awake.
cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is.
A mislim da nemamo.
How about
Samo trenutak. Gameplay.
your name?
Ne to bre. Sorry. Evo.
Can you tell me your name?
Character name. Okay.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
Bura zna što ličiš. Kažem, ok. Face. Ovaj mi je ok, on iz brkovima je ovaj paja. Age ok. Here. Ok. Back. Može, ovo je skroz ok. Hair color. A šta je bro? Ne seri. Neću da budem zelen buraz. Može ovako. Ginger. It's okay. Yes.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet.
Može.
Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
Brate, nije trka, ali je lut. Vi ga što trči, evo. A, sad je bolje.
Looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
Straight. Okay. Nope. Aha, to su mi points. Aha, okay. 3. Šta je ovo? Lockpick, energy weapons, accuracy, compass range. Aj, preskočit ćemo ovo za sad. Šta je ovo? Endurance. Health, resistant. Ok. Speech, ok. Charisma. Neka bude na 8. Intelligence. 7. Gun, sneak, speed. Šta je ostalo? Luck. All skill, critical hits. Pa treba mi luck. Da, za jedan manje. Strength za još jedan manje. Na 8, a? Treba ti dosta lak. Ja, neka bude 8. Može. Okej.
That's some serious atrophy, even for someone who's been in bed a while. It's a wonder you can move at all. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a...
Gun case. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dude. Nice.
seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions. See if your dogs are still barking.
Blood bag. Okay. Whoa. Wow. Ok, znači ne mogu ništa sa tim. Šta je ovo ovdje? Šta je to? Stimpek? Daj, ne seri. Anti-venom. Red X, Stimpek. Brate, za malo da promašim da mi ne primetim. Knjige mi ne trebaju. Wow. Krem. Glupo ne pišite da je prazno. Šta će mi to, brate? Sit down. Evo, brate, sam da im šta ima još. Dresser. Nah. I do not need that. To nećemo da skupljamo. Onda nema ništa. Cool. Sit down, evo idem. Priči, doktore.
I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat.
House.
Shelter.
Night.
Day. Dream.
Bandit.
Bribe.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
Cookie jar. What the fuck? Vidiš što sve ima. Human shield. Nice.
Sometimes when you give tests like this, you learn more than you was hoping for, and I reckon that ain't always the best thing. But I guess maybe it explains a thing or two about your predicament. Okay, now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one, conflict just ain't in my nature.
Agreed.
I
No.
ain't given to relying on others for support. I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
Yes.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
Nope.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
Yeah, baby.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
Hammock.
Okay. How about this one? Last one. Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See
Najdi,
if it all
šta
seems
dešava?
right to you.
Energy weapons, nope. Science, nope. Sneaks, ok. Znači ovako idemo guns. Ok. Lockpicking, ok. Sneak. Speech. Dobro. Repair. I gonna need this. Yeah.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Choice up to 2 trains. Okay. Build to destroy. All weapons have super, ovo nije loše. Fast shot. Uff. Sranje. To mi ne treba. Ne. Nope. Ne. Šta sad? Sranje. Most bizarre seal element. Haha, ovo je cool. To je šta sam vidio. Ne. Yep. Minus. Samo da vidim. Jugen plus. Ovdje, a gubim. Guns. Ne, brate. All weapons. Ovo je dobro. To je to.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Gdje idemo, doktor Mitchell? Vodi me napolje. Pa dobro.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. but it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
Thanks, dog.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Cool, brate. No, nećemo sad to da igramo. Mada sam igrao i ok varijanta, jedino malo problem je oko vode i oko hrane i ta sranja. Malo smara. Evo ga Viktor. Gde si buraz?
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle? Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need. Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that. I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they had run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
Thank you, man.
Happy trails!
Što ovdje imam nešto označeno? Vidi, ovdje ima neko. Hey.
Hey there.
Cool. Prodavnica neka. 24 časa sa motorima koji ne rade. Vidimo šta ja imam, buraz. Ok. Laser pistol. Ovo ćemo da uzmem. Jumpsuit. Ok. Aid. Ne znam šta ovo ne mogu da koristim. Nebitno. Bez čiča.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you? The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though, if you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say. Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
Schoolhouse, ok, tamo ću idem. Kad ti kaže ne idi tamo, znači u Falloutu trebaš da ideš tamo.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to. Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
Ok. Što ima kuće? Da li ima nekog? se otvori. Idemo za Sani. Ne.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take
Huh?
this and try to hit a couple of them.
Ah. Okay. Weapons. A, onda mi je aktivirao. Cool. Brate.
That's the right idea. Look down the side.
Brate, dosta sam loše.
Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Okay.
Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
Wow. Pazi 2009. na 10. kako izgledalo nebo. Brutalno odrađeno. Seni. Nije loša riba, brate. Malo smiješna animacija, trčanja. Dajte, ljudi, ne možete zamjeriti ovoj staroj igri. Mislim, super izgleda. Znaš što ima frizuru, znači, ladno. Tuga, brate. Tuga. Kjer je malo čudan, ne? Malo čudno trči.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out.
Okay.
Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
Okay. Gde su, bre?
Okay,
Aha.
you're on. Go give him hell.
Kill the geckos. Ujebote, ali sam ga sveknuo, je. Ima još. Gde si, Sani? Zveknuo sam mi, sine.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me.
Sure.
Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me.
Ajmo, brate. Ja poslije ići po to. Ujebote, odakle mi ovoliko metaka, je. Možda mi je ona dala. Smiri se. Gde si, bre? Aha, dobro. Kada dođu bliže do mene, onda ću na V. Da isprobam what's.
Something over there? Come on! Get 'em all! Come on!
Look at all. Hey.
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure.
O da.
I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
Ha? Mi dala nešto, nije? Woo! Okej.
You like that?
Poor condition. Šta sad da mu radim? Ok, ljudima se već sviđa, molim. Šta je ovo? Harmonika. Suitcase je prazan. Tu mogu da prespavam kad naiđem. Ne znam gde mi je Sani. Nema ništa. Aha, nešto mi pokazao ovo. A, vidim je. Baš. Empty. Nigde ništa nema. Neću ja pijem, vratno, kad mi je pun health.
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Okay.
All right then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower.
Xander
Let me
root.
think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse.
Aha.
Bring those on
dobro.
back to me, and we'll get cooking.
Znači treba da nađemo groblje i treba da nađemo... O evo, imamo ovdje. Dobro. Treba nam groblje i treba nam škola. On je rekao da ne idemo blizu škole. Znači ipak mora da idemo do škole. Ako on to da tamo ima neki loot dobar. Kad god ti kažu nemoj da ideš, znači trebaš da odeš. Malo mi je čudno da ne može brže da ide. Pazi, imam zoom. Dobro. Pedeset 6 metaka mi je ostalo. Vesi. Neka šupica. A, mogu da uđem. Viktor. A, to je od ovog robota. Nešto ima punjač. Vratno se tu puni. O! Šta je ovo? Šta god da je više ne postoji. Šta god. Dobro. Treba mi tu taj roots. To je ovo, a? Xander roots. Jeste. Koliko mi treba tih? A, valjda imam dovoljno. Ja mi da mislite da neću da uđem u školu, ući ću sigurno. A, ne mogu da uzmem više. Izgleda to je bilo to za tutorial, a? Ovdje je zatvoreno. Šta je ovo? Nešto sam obrao. Kontam da ima neka stvorenja unutra. Sad ćemo da imamo. Wow. Nadam se da ih nema više. Pozivam svetlost, to sam zaboravio. Loker. Nuka kola. Ne. To je isti. Wow. Nice. Znamo kako se otvara set. Igrali smo i Skyrim i sve ostale Falloutove. Okej. Nice. Cool. Bobby pins. Nema ništa od ovoga. Ok, kontam da je to to što smo našli smo. Da nema više ništa. Gdje mi je mapa? Aha. Ok. Bad condition. A šta sad da mu radim, brate? Imam onaj weapon bench. Da vidim da li mogu nešto popravim ovdje. Ne znam, uopšte ne mogu se setim, brate. Znam da mogu popravim pušku ako imam dve iste puške. Sad pošto imam samo ovo jednu. Šta je ovo? Reloading bench. To nije to. Weapon. Onto. Šta je ovo, vrat? Recipes. Aha, ne. Ovo je da. Ovo je da mogu da pravim, brate. Okej. Nema ništa od toga. Znači, to mi je što mi je. Možda mogu unutra da uđem kod ovoga. Ovdje ja mislite prodavac oružja. Wow.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Okay.
Can do.
Imamo 85 capsa. This is my items. Kako da menjam to? Aha, ovdje. Weapons. Ovo mi ne treba. Ova puška mi je pred umiranje. Ovamo desno. Da, gore je groblje, da. Sjetio sam se. Gore je groblje. Mislim da tamo ima neka stvorenja jebena. Jedino što bi možda bilo cool ubrzati ovdje. A konta da... Možda postoji možda i neki mod za to. Strašno, brate. Opet bi malo brže trčao. To bi bilo cool. Mislim, okej i ovo, ali malo brže, brate. Vidi što je ovaj nakaza, brate. Detected? Ko me je vidio? Samo ne znam ko me je vidio, ali ajde. Mislim da su mi i ovi detektovi ostali. Možda i nisu. Da li znači nešto biti u travi, brate? O, mamu ti jebem, baš kad pukne on se pomeri. No. Otiše. A u pičku materinu, brate. Ko zna šta tamo ima, brate. Šta sam trebao ovdje da naberem? Bring floor, aha. Uzeo sam šta mi treba. Dobro, imam da li ima nešto ovdje. Dođi bre ovamo, sad ću da te ubijem bre. Sveže zakopan grob. You need a shovel. Treba mi lopata da bi iskopao. Cool. Vidite i to, brate. Znači, ako nađem negdje lopatu, mogu se vratim gore. Neće, uzimam nešto sa groblja. Okej. Znači, idem kod Sani. Ako nađem lopatu, mogu se vratim gore da iskopam ove grobove. Možda ima neki loot dobar. Gdje bi mogao da nabijem lopatu, brate? Jebote, on je prodavao lopatu. Ko da sam vidio lopatu kod njega? Sad ću baš da vidim. A šta je ako je 10 kepa, jel? Kepse ili tako nešto mogu da uzem. Posle kad nađem lopatu bit će mi žao što sam platio. Neće da udari. Možda ima negdje da ukradem lopatu. Ne sitničari, druže. Kupi lopatu.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Da, daj mi.
Can do.
Ha! Sam rekao da ima šalu. Yeah, baby.
Pleasure doing business with you. Take it easy now.
Idemo da iskopamo one grobove. Haha. Nice. Možda nešto nađemo u njima. Možda nešto bitno. Možda neke pare. Noc. Gdje su ti sveži grobovi? To, batice, pa znao sam da si isplatio ova lopata. What the fuck is this? Aha. Tamo nema. Okej. Baš i nije nešto. Gdje nije. Ovdje sam ja treba budem zakopan. Samo imam još ovaj jedan. Iš! Sam mislio ovdje idem da nađem, ne znam nije šta. Sam gledao ono, nisam. Sve za magnum, brate, pa nemam druže magnum. Što idemo da nađemo Sani. Sani je negdje ovamo. A? Ovamo. Možda bolje da ne idem malo po toj divljini sa strane, možda nađe svašta na mene. Sad će da me nauči, ne znam ja, da pravim nešto za health. Gde je ono, brate? A vidi putevi, kao kod nas u Srbiji, brate. A da. U Americi posle apokalipse ovako izgledaju putevi, u Srbiji izgledaju tako od uvek i za uvek. Gde je Sani, jebote? Ja uopšte dobro gledam ovo. Da, ovdje sam bio. Moguće da je tu negdje. Samo condition od moje puške je katastrofalno, brate. Ostaću bez puške. Ajde, buraz, daj, pruži korak, jebote. Eno je dole. Čekam. Hey, baby.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right, now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
Okay. Healing powder. A, tu mi piše šta mi treba. Okej. Pričamo jedan. A treba malo. Dobro, how many?
Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Okay.
Whoa, what's going on?
Wow. Pojot, brate, što misli njen kjer, gledam tamo na ono. Jebeni kojot. Je li to kojot? Nije, to je njen kjer. Gdje je ona zbrisala, evo ti? Uplaši me žensko glavo. Kajod mit. Daj mi. No ništa, idemo da se upoznamo sa ovom ženom što drži salon. Mislim da tako i počinje igra. Znači ovo je u principu, ovaj prvi gradić je kao neki gradić tutorial. Gdje nemate neke stvari od kojih možete baš da umrete. Mislim vidjeli ko je me napao, nisam ni skontao, ubio sam ga opušteno. Ju. Nekog stavili u frižider, brate. Polako pada noć, a? Uopšte postoji to, brate. Data? World map. Može. Ima 18.03. Cool. Sviđa mi se. Šta ljudi reći, brate? Igrica izgleda sasvim solidno za svoje godine. I baš je igrio. Čak šta više, ne znam, meni ova igrica je lepa, lepo izgleda. Ja znam da je Bethesda nije radila, nego Obsidian, ali mislim da je skroz ok igra. What the fuck is this?
If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
What the hell?
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this trader, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
Well.
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Okay.
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill. You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants.
Okay.
All right. Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since. They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back. That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know. I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
Okay.
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
Okay.
Got a special discount for you after what you done for us.
Šta ti imaš uopšte? Aid. Samo to ima, brate. Pa dobro, to mi ne treba.
I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me.
Znači ništa ne znaš.
Fine by me.
Kako god, brate.
Be careful out there.
Šta sam se levelovao? Nisam ni skontao, brate. Okej. Sneaking. 5. Speech, survival. Okay. Mail. Pa ne znam, brate, šta bi mogao da stavim? Mogu bi da stavim ovo sranje. You Lady Killer. Da, mislim da je to okej. Idemo dalje. You. Pa, ne bi želeo ništa kradem kod njih. Deluju mi skroz okej likovi. Sljedeće, you. Sljedeće što mogu da uradim jeste da odem do ranga. Što on kaže za sve to? Samo ne znam gdje je on. Ovako. Mapa, okej. Šta je to? Good Springs. Ajde vidimo šta je. Samo vidim gdje je. To je benzin, a? No da, to je benzinska pumpa. To je taj ludak. Ajde vidimo da li mu treba neka pomoć. Ovo je doktor. Tamo sam bio. Odande sam izašao. Automat. Yeah, baby.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play?
Ne, brate, ne želim to da igram.
Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight.
Okej, pomoći ću ti, brate.
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
All I've got left on me are a handful of caps. But you get me out of this, and I'll make sure the Crimson Caravan pays you back. You've got my word.
Molim.
We just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board... Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
Okay. Šta je ovo? Ju. Ja sam mislio da to otvoriš. O, viski. Nice. Marš! Koliko imam komada? A imam dosta. Ajde, neću da mu kradim ništa. Mogu da se na kraju pobijemo, brate. Gde mi je Sunny? Ima negdje iza. Ako opet trebam da je tražim po belom svetu, znači ubit ću je. Unutra je. Nope. Evo je.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
Yep.
Say no more. I'm in.
Stvarno je cool lik.
Just like that. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up fighting those guys one way or another, so I might as well get it over with. Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo, but I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra stim packs, that'd be great.
Brate, da. Cool.
I'll be waiting.
Idemo prvo do ovog batice ovdje. Ne, treba sam prvo do Trudy. Rekla drugi će se pridružiti ako se ona pridruži.
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a big risk, but I suppose you have to do what you think is right.
Speech 24 od 25 mi treba. Sranje, vrati. A?
All the more reason for me to sit this...
Znači neće. Dobro.
Be careful.
Kako nisam pojačao speech, brate. Zajebo sam se. Jebi ga, brate. Ne možeš čovjek u svemu da razmišlja. Znači se vidi da nisam igrao ovu igru 300 godina, inače bi znao šta da radim.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Ne, brate.
Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the powder gangers. That's a 1,000 cap investment you're talking about. Right. Just keep me out of it. Is there anything else?
Ma jebi se, buraz.
Take it easy now.
Niko neće da pomogne. Jedno će doktor pomoći, ja mislim. Doktor je cool lik. Znači nas troje protiv njih. Ima 10 da ih dođe, brate. Znaš samo šta je sa Easy Pitom, brate. Pitaću Easy Pitom. Gde je doktor, evo.
Welcome back. I had hoped you wouldn't need to come see me again so soon. What can I do for you?
Jebi ga, buraz. I'm hurt, ne?
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the same. Folks just never leave each other alone. Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. And my supplies are scarce, but I'll give you what I can spare.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thank you.
You take care now.
Ništa, šta mogu da kažem samo. Stvari ne mogu da kažem. Easy pit, a? Neće uopšte ne gubi vreme s easy pitom. Šta vredi, brate, niko neće se boriti, samo nas troje. Na konta mi nas troje opušteno.
So what's going on? Did Sonny agree to help us? Well, I guess that means we're ready to go. Unless you think there's something else you can do.
Ma idemo, brate.
All right, I'm ready.
Idemo, ovako završavam.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play. At least 6. Joe Cobb included. They look pretty mean.
2:1.
I'll be set up near the store. Let's hope that the gang doesn't manage to make it that far.
Idemo. Imam 25 metaka jebenih. Evo ih, idu gevi. Ali mi Joka, brate. Šta for impression?
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
Thank you.
I'll stick around for a bit longer, but I'll be gone in a few days. If you ever visit New Vegas, look me up at the Crimson Caravan camp.
Okay, Buraz. U stvari treba bi sve da pokupim. Da prodam onom tamo geju unutra, brate. Što nije htio da nam se pridruži, je. Neko je tu umro, a? Nije. Gde mi je Sani? Nadam se da je ona živa, brate. Kako se ja sećam... Znači možda probam. Mislim da se... Na primjer... Repair? Da, tako se popravlja. Jeste. Cool. Vjerujem. Marš. Ok, idem onom shifteru da prodam. Šta sam izlutuo? I on glava otpala. Pa je mrak. Idemo prodamo šta smo uhvatili. Gde je ovaj bre? Alo bre. Ano.
That was a hell of a fight. Let's hope it doesn't bite us in the ass later on.
Koga boli kurac kad neće biti tu, brate.
Can do.
Magnum ćemo koristiti. Ne. Dinamit ćemo koristiti. Single shotgun. On je loše. Sledge, pa mislim da neće koristiti, ali ajde, neće se baš sad sve odjelom da prodam. Brate, ovo vredi dosta je. Okej. Upazi Perception 1. Nice. Mogla je ovo isto. Desperado Cowboy Head. Ovo mi se ne sjeća. Šta bi još mogao, dobro. Baš imam svega i svačega je. Dobro, neće ovo da prodajem. Ko znam možda će trebati kasnije, ako budem igrao. Šta je ovo? Ne seri. 35 vredi. Wow. Ovo mi ne treba. Ja se nadam da mi to sve ne treba, mislim, ja to sve prodajem, a... $200 caps, okej. Ovo nema ništa baš posebno na prodaj, osim ovih sranja. Šta ovo? Koje ovo koristi kalibar? Aha, 22. Četiri. Okay.
Another satisfied customer.
Jebi, brate, nisi sad mi pomogneš kad mi je trebalo. Baš be. Majmunčina, jel? 5. Haha, šta imaš šešir, brate? Okej. Samo nas gde se oni. Da nisu ubili jebote život. A nisu, evo tu je.
That'll teach the powder gangs to avoid Good Springs in the future.
Cool.
Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
Bio.
Oh. Well, go ahead and keep the stuff I gave you anyway. It'll be more useful to you than me.
Okay.
Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with the roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
Thank you, man.
Until next time.
Ljudi, to je to. Znači, prvi sat vremena je prošlo. Odradili smo ovaj tutorial. Vidjeli ste kako izgleda ovaj gradić ovdje. Tako da, to je to. Toliko od ove epizode. Igrali smo Fallout New Vegas. Jedna od omiljenih igri svih Fallout fanova. Pozdrav i čujemo se. Ćao.